First at 4, we are tracking severe thunderstorm warnings across southeast Michigan as not only the damaging winds become a threat, but the amount of rain. We'll see how long we're under the gun. Paula?
And with a swoop of a pen, historic funding that closes major gaps in funding for Michigan's school children. I'll explain.
And there's a big closure coming to I-75 this weekend, shutting down both directions for several miles.
Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
Thanks for tuning in. First at 4, I'm Jason in for Karen today. Stormy weather to talk about right off the top here, and it's caused some power outages. DTE says 59,000 of its customers are without electricity right now. Let's get over to Ben right now for the latest on this severe thunderstorm he's been warning us about over the last few minutes. Hey, Ben.
Jason, we've been monitoring individual cells, and now we're seeing a line of storms starting to move in from the central part of the state. That's the latest warning that we've been tracking out here for parts of Livingston and Washtenaw counties. The winds obviously are what prompted the warning, the potential for 60, 65 mile an hour damaging winds. You can see it's moving off to the east at about 25, 30 miles an hour. Brighton, you'll see that at 417, Whitmore Lake there at 424. Wind detector showing that there is some wind being detected in that storm, but it is weaker than what we've seen in past. Hail tracker, a little bit of a potential of at least 3/4 inch hail there just at the county line. The bigger problem with the hail was going on up here in Oakland County earlier. In fact, there was a possibility we saw some $half size hail out there in Oakland County. But the severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect for Macomb County. Again, wind and hail prompted the warning, but look at the rainfall that we're getting with this storm. Pretty intense downpours right along 94. Unfortunately, just in time for the afternoon commute, especially right there around Fraser, where we're seeing some of the heaviest stuff right now as it moves east into the lake. So again, severe thunderstorm warnings for St. Clair, Macomb, Livingston, and parts of Washtenaw counties that are in effect right now. All of us are under a severe thunderstorm watch until 9 p.m. tonight, and we'll see how long things go after that when we talk to you again in a few minutes. Jason?
All right, Ben, we'll get the update then. Now to some breaking news on Detroit's west side. A gunman is barricaded in a home after a deadly shooting. Police tell us a 24-year-old man was shot and killed. A 25-year-old woman was also shot. Chief James White says she was critically injured and taken to the hospital. This is all happening on Stopel near McNichols and Livernois. We're working to learn more, and we'll have updates right here on air and online at clickondetroit.com as we get them. Michigan's K-12 schools are getting a bipartisan boost in the form of a funding bill signed by Governor Whitmer today.
And I'm proud to be here today to sign this bill because this is about critical investment in our kids, in our teachers, in our parapros, in administration, and all of the different pieces that make public education work for our children. And I'm excited about this because this pandemic's been hard. It's been hard on every single one of us. And as resilient as we know our kids are, there's no question that they too have felt the strain of the last year in particular.
The bill allocates a state record $16.7 billion to schools, including $4 billion in federal COVID relief. Those sound like nice big numbers, but we know parents are still asking, what does this mean for my child? Paula Tutman's been digging into that part of the story, and she joins us with that. Paula.
Educators are saying this is historic, absolutely historic, in closing historic gaps in historic funding inequities for school districts.
I had students who did their class meetings in a closet because it was the only quiet place in their house. I had a student who had to do my choir class in her car every afternoon because her dad works nights and was sleeping.
While you might think it would be difficult to find smiling educators after the year they've had juggling and rebuilding the system of educating during the height of the pandemic, nothing could have been further from that this morning as the governor announced more than $4 billion in one-time funding to, among other things, close historic gaps in per-pupil funding.
The funds that are being released today will have a huge influence on our ability to reach students.
So this is what per-pupil funding looks like. Similar levels for some districts, wildly different amounts between others. Chippewa Valley Schools in Macomb County is amongst the lowest in per-pupil funding.
Everything that we've been talking about for the last 30 years, the pandemic exposed, the inequity, how it affects students, how it affects their families. And with this infusement of ESSER 3 money into school aid to really help equalize funding across this state, it means that those students who have needed more for years are finally going to get.
Paul Sibley is a product of this school system. His two young sons, David and Matthew, are in this district, and he graduated from it. And while he is the executive director of secondary education for Chippewa Valley School District, he knows and feels what many parents in this district feel in terms of resources for their children.
Will parents notice the difference?
We believe so, absolutely. So, well, they'll see huge differences, those that have never had laptops coming home, first of all. And so now they'll have access to all the resources that the kids have access to in school right from their homes.
And this is just one example of how schools across the state will feel, already counting chickens about to hatch and planning for the upcoming school year and actually beyond. Okay, so let's go back to for instance, of Chippewa Valley schools, because they spend in the neighborhood of $8,100 per student. Well, they've already calculated an additional $800 per student with this additional funding.
First, you have to take the combination of the ESSER's money and also the state budget that's going to be approved. And those are significant investments and a great opportunity here to raise everyone's base foundation to a similar number.
But there is another headline that comes out of this news conference, and that is a budget. A school budget has been reached, is expected to be signed. I'll break that down coming up at 5. Back to you.
All right, Paul, we appreciate it. Going to make a huge difference for sure. More work on I-75 means a big section of the freeway will close this weekend. Both directions of I-75 are going to close from 8 Mile all the way to Square Lake Road. Bridge work is going to start at 11 Friday night and run through Monday morning at 5. Traffic will be detoured to Woodward. Speaking of backups, Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson previously announced changes to branch offices to help with the backlog from the pandemic. Well, offices will stay open until 6 p.m. on Mondays and Thursdays now, and open at 8 a.m. on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Michiganders who want to schedule visits can do that. You can do it online, by the phone, or in person. Driver's licenses can now be renewed online also, and photo renewal is only required every 12 years instead of every 8. In coronavirus news, the Delta variant has officially become the dominant variant in the United States. New CDC data shows the Delta variant accounts for 51.7% of the country's new COVID-19 infections. That's a big jump considering 2 weeks ago the Delta variant was only at around 30%. The Alpha strain, which was formerly the dominant strain, now makes up just under 29%. Elsa has been downgraded to a tropical storm in the Caribbean, but it is still packing some punch as it's making landfall in Florida. Radar showing the storm along what's referred to as the Big Bend region of the coast there. Kimberly Gill's monitoring the latest on Elsa and joins us live from the newsroom. Hey, Kim.
Hi, good afternoon, Jason. The top concerns for most people: flooding, wind damage, and power outages. Closer to the water, they're expecting life-threatening storm surge of 3 to 5 feet. Heavy rains already flooding island communities off Florida's west coast. And strong wind gusts, plus the threat of isolated tornadoes as the Sunshine State feels the impacts of Elsa.
I don't know what it would be like to be worse. I don't know that I'd want that, but this is okay. I can handle this.
Governor Ron DeSantis expanding his state of emergency declaration to include a total of 33 counties.
We're going to be monitoring over the next few days how that affects the river levels and some of the potential for flooding. Northern Florida has been very saturated over the last couple of weeks, so this is going to dump a lot of rain on there and is going to exacerbate any of those issues. Emergency
officials warning people to take the storm seriously.
So I know it may seem, as Floridians, we've been here a long time, we've seen every type of storm, but you really never know. We've had other storms in the past that seem like nothing, but they end up with a lot of flood damage.
And the waves off the coast of Key West caused a boat to capsize with 22 people on board. The Coast Guard managed to rescue 13 of them with the help of a Good Samaritan boat, but 9 remain missing. Jason, we'll send it back to you.
All right, Kim. And Ben will have a closer look at Elsa's current path in just a few minutes. At the site of that condo collapse in Surfside, Florida, crews are working through the tropical storm and plan to continue to do so until they're told to stop. This morning, officials announced 10 more victims were found in the rubble, which brings the death toll to 46. More than 100 people are still unaccounted for. Crews have been able to reach areas that were inaccessible prior to the demolition, but have yet to find any survivors.
Our commitment to this mission is deeply personal.
This is our community, our neighbors, our families, and our first responders have truly searched that pile every single day since the collapse, as if they're searching for their own loved ones.
Despite not having found any survivors, the operation remains a search and rescue and has not yet transitioned to a mission of recovery only. First at 4, we're on top of some stories making headlines around the world. We'll begin in Haiti, where President Jovenel Moïse was assassinated at his home overnight. The country's prime minister says a group of unidentified suspects stormed into the president's home around 1 a.m. and shot him. First Lady Martine Moïse was also shot. We're told she's being transferred to a hospital in Miami for treatment. Ambassadors say they believe the attackers were mercenaries. The prime minister has declared a state of siege in response to this attack. Former President Donald Trump is suing Facebook, Twitter, and Google, claiming censorship. President Trump has been suspended from Twitter and Facebook since the January 6th insurrection. He made the announcement this morning at his New Jersey golf course.
We're demanding an end to the shadow banning, a stop to the silencing, and a stop to the blacklisting, banishing, and canceling that you know so well. Our case will prove this censorship is unlawful, it's unconstitutional, and it's completely un-American.
Reps for Twitter and Facebook have declined to comment so far on this. There is a Michigan connection to this class action lawsuit. One of the plaintiffs is a teacher from our state. We'll have more on her at 5. 1 dead and 2 injured after a car crashes through a California backyard and lands in a swimming pool. Police say the driver was speeding and was unable to make a turn this morning in Chino. The car hit a curb, went airborne, and landed in a swimming pool that you see there. The car was totaled. There was debris everywhere. 1 person died at the scene and 2 were taken to the hospital. We have no word on their conditions at this time. Remember the ship that blocked the Suez Canal back in March? Well, it's now finally been released. That comes after a settlement was reached with the Egyptian government. The Suez Canal Authority held the container ship during a fight over money. No details on the settlement, although the last known request was $550 million. Still ahead first at 4, the FAA is trying to send a message with some hefty new fines for unruly airline passengers. Find out the cost of misbehavior for 2 of the worst offenders, including someone who punched a woman who was holding a baby. And if you're a PC user, you've probably seen the screen more times than you would like, the one that looks like this. Up next, why Microsoft is warning against putting off the newest Windows 10.